If you're stuck wondering which coin to buy or wondering if there's something better to stack, you're in luck. Today we're talking about the most popular products to invest in and why they're perfect for those who are new to metals and industry veterans alike. Stay tuned. If you've been stacking silver or gold for a while, you probably have a strategy. Maybe there are specific coins you purchase, certain sizes you stack, mints that you prefer, security precautions you take. And if you're new to metals, it can sometimes be overwhelming figuring all this out. We get it. We have over 30,000 products on APMEX.com. It's a lot to take in. We're going to help you narrow that down and offer some advice for stackers, investors, and collectors who are just getting started. And if you've been around a while, chime in down below in the comments for the newer members of the community and add your own tips and strategies to the conversation. So first, we're going to cover sizes. Many times, fractional gold becomes the first gold product that people buy because of affordability. They're not sure if they want to dip their toes in or fully commit, but this is sometimes a mistake. Fractional gold gets into really tiny sizes. We sell bars that are as light as a paperclip and smaller than a thumbprint. When customers receive this as their first step into bullion, it can be disappointing if they're not expecting it. Sizing can also be a little confusing because the price for metals is always denominated in troy ounces. But many products are sold in grams. If you're just starting out, you might want to try keeping it simple and choose something denominated in a troy ounce. For silver, it's commonly preferred to buy a coin or bar in 1 troy ounce, and for gold, it's often suggested to get at least half an ounce. If you really want to get gold and can't afford a half ounce, the 1/10 ounce gold coins are also easy to liquidate and very popular. But keep in mind, they're half the weight of a US quarter. Let's talk about the mints. This is one area where we feel it's better to shop online for some people. If you've been researching online, you may have found some folks saying, don't buy gold or silver, it's a scam. And I've run across some of those too and noticed a very common thread that's also been repeated on social media and in forums. The story kind of goes like this. I got into metals 2 years ago and decided to sell. When I went to sell, I found out my metal wasn't really worth that much. I went into a local coin shop and the owner recommended product to me. When I went back to sell, sometimes to the same coin shop, they offered almost nothing for it. Same shop, right? So what happened? Well, as it turns out, some local coin shop owners are phenomenal people and some are not. People are people, no matter what their profession or affiliation. You've got all types. And sometimes an LCS owner has a product they bought a while back, haven't been able to sell because it's not a known or popular mint, or the product isn't very high quality, and so the only person willing to buy it is someone new to the community. So that's what they sell to the new guy. Not every LCS is this way. Let me say that loudly and clearly. However, if the new guy to stacking had come here first and learned about the differences between sovereign and private mints, they probably would not have run into a problem. So that's the next tip. If you're buying your first coins or bars, it's safe to go with a sovereign mint. That would be Eagles from the US Mint, Maples from the Royal Canadian Mint, Britannias from the Royal Mint, Krugerrands from the South African Mint, Kangaroos from the Perth Mint, Philharmonics from the Austrian Mint, and Libertads from the Mexican Mint. Now these coins do carry a slightly higher premium over generic silver, but you get some of that back when you sell, and it's a lot easier to sell these. They're widely sought after, they're a known quantity, and therefore easier to verify authenticity, and the quality is very high. You may notice the Eagles and the Libertads are more expensive than the rest in that list. We have some videos that cover why they're more expensive and a whole series that gets a lot more in depth on the differences between each of the coins if you want to learn more. All right, storage and handling. This is a very straightforward one. It's commonly advised to have some sort of storage for both gold and silver. Hard plastic is the best option. If you're handling your coins or bars, use gloves for silver. The main reason is that silver is much more reactive than gold and may tarnish after contacting the oils in your hands. Gold, on the other hand, is virtually inert, and it's much softer. The gloves don't have great grip, so if you drop your gold coin and put a dent in it, given its price, you'll be a little upset. I expect some people will share some strong opinions on glove wearing in the comments, and we welcome those differing opinions. If you attend a coin show filled to the rafters with people who handle rare and expensive coins for a living, they don't normally wear gloves for the reason we just stated. It's because of the grip. What you want to do is hold the product by its edges when you're handling it. And you may notice there are reeds cut into the sides of coins, and that is specifically to aid with grip. If you're thinking about the difference between coins and bars, well, if you stick with a sovereign coin, then you will have more options with round coins than you will have with bars. There are some bars that you can get from the Royal Canadian Mint and the Royal Mint if you prefer those. And another big tip is on collectible versus bullion. And our best recommendation here is to buy the one that brings you the most joy. It might sound a little silly, after all, this is an investment, but it's also something that for a lot of us, we enjoy it as a hobby, a safety net, preparation for the future, all sorts of motivations. But regardless of what motivates you, it will be most rewarding if you stay with it for the long term. If you're a collector, you just won't build a complete collection overnight. If you're a stacker, it takes time to fill a monster box. And if you're an investor, you know that dollar cost averaging is your best bet to lower risk while maximizing returns. All of these require time. And people who make their first purchase and aren't happy with it tend to be less likely to stick with it. You don't want to have buyer's remorse on your first precious metal purchase. So if you're hovering between a collectible piece and bullion, go with what will make you happiest. My first coin was a collectible. Then I bought bullion next. Crossover's fine. Your journey is your own. Lastly, if you're buying online, buy enough to get free shipping. Look, I've paid for shipping before and I didn't like it. It's better to meet the minimum than take on extra expense you won't be able to recover when it's time to liquidate. To sum it up, if you're buying gold, consider products that are at least a half ounce or 1 troy ounce to keep things simple. For silver, it's common to stick with products that are 1 troy ounce for your first purchase. Stick with the sovereign mints and do some research on the differences between them to see which you favor. And get some sort of storage as protection. It's inexpensive, and wear gloves when handling silver for peace of mind and security against tarnishing. Buy what you love and buy enough of it to get free shipping. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.